love that we're jingly together.
We are jingly together. Living that crystal gem jangle life.
Yeah.
We are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in garnet, amethyst, and pearl, and Steven! I was obsessed with Steven Universe for a while.
Because it's so good.
Well, because I needed it.
Everybody needs a little Steven Universe.
Honestly, that's true. That's
can I just say that I loved so much how the continuity in the show, because in the intro.
First of all, I have not seen the last season. Go on.
In the intro, with the wonderful hand with the clothesline.
Yes.
And then anytime you see that hand in the hand in any episode from a distance, you can see the little clothesline up there.
I love that.
And I love it so much. Like that's
so
my
cute.
favorite little detail.
I don't know that I noticed that detail, so thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, Steven Universe is one of my safe shows.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, it's important to have safe shows.
Yes. I watched Steven Universe with my oldest bonus.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, beautiful humans. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to Your Soul Welcome.
A podcast of belonging for humans exploring their deepest hearts.
Yeah.
Cue intro.
We're getting so good at that.
We're getting so good at that. Although I feel like my lead into it was very chill, we'll say. But I had a high energy morning.
Yeah, and it's okay. We all have our ebbs and flows.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I channeled some old childhood anger this morning. You potentially
broke
your
my toe. Yeah.
It's been a morning, you guys.
It really has.
But we're here.
We're here.
And we're doing it.
Woo!
And I just have to say that if you are going through your spiritual awakening or your Kundalini awakening, and you come to the point of alchemizing your childhood anger, it's a journey.
Yes.
I figured out this morning that's why I've been so irrationally angry at Fred.
Okay.
When he does tiny things.
Mm-hmm.
I just would explode, and I was like, what is wrong with me?
Oh.
Which is a question
Yes.
I hate asking myself.
Right.
Because don't stop yourself from asking that question as often as possible, because what your brain will do, your unconscious mind who loves to problem solve for you, will be like, Kayla's asked me a question.
Right.
I must come up with 9D5,000,000,000D11 answers for what's wrong with you. And that's not self-loving.
No, and that's because it's it's asking you to judge yourself.
Correct.
And it's going to provoke so much shame.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I was trying really hard to not ask myself that question, but it did come up.
What's a better question that you could ask in that moment? How could you rephrase that?
Oh, how would I rephrase
Maybe
what's wrong with me?
What am I struggling with right now? What is challenging me right now?
Because the reason why I ask it is intentionally to be shaming.
Okay.
So I wouldn't even replace it with a question. I would tell myself, I would be like, I see you, brain. I understand that you want to ask that question. And also, we are very much devoted to being self-loving now.
Okay.
So we're not going to ask that question anymore. What we can do is, and I would give myself something resourceful to do.
Good.
Doing those VOO exercises helped
yes.
me a lot yesterday when I also experienced some big mad that I texted you about.
Right.
So basically giving yourself ways to make your body feel safe. So that might be, you might say, we're going to give ourselves a loving hug instead.
Yeah.
Or we are going to go on a rejuvenating jog, if that's what does it for you. If that's like something that makes your body feel good.
Right.
Maybe it's making yourself a tea. That wouldn't work for me now because it's balls hot.
Yeah.
And I don't crave tea in the summer. Even iced tea I don't crave as much.
Yes.
But the instant a leaf drops or the temperature goes below 70 and it is tea time.
Yes.
I almost said motherfuckers. And I'm like, why? Why did you look at the camera and almost say
tea time, motherfuckers?
Because it sounds funny, but I also don't want to call you guys that.
Right,
so
right.
I stopped myself and then just called it out.
Fair.
So, anyway, when you have, like, a bunch of childhood anger come up for you, or I guess what I would say is perhaps if you're noticing a disproportionate amount of anger to what the actual catalyst is, that is a really good indication that you have held on to anger in some regard. And I know that it's not anything recent because I've been a real devoted practitioner of letting myself feel my feelings in the moment, which is why I've noticed these just like gusts of mismatched proportion anger.
Yeah.
And that was what tempted me to ask that question of what's wrong with me. But nothing is wrong with me. I just suppressed so much anger as a child, and I've led myself down this path of telling myself that it's okay to feel my feelings.
Right.
That my inner child is like, okay, can we heal this one? Because I've got a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that at the beginning.
Right.
It didn't occur to me until this morning that that's what it was. That I was purging old childhood anger. And I fucking love my husband.
Yeah.
Because he has been so loving to me when he has witnessed my disproportionate reactions. In helping to support me by, like, taking Fred outside. Because I don't know why Fred was the catalyst for my anger, and maybe that's why the universe gave me the silliest dog on the face of the planet to, like, low-key annoy me to then, like, help me to let my childhood anger out. And I do the best that I fucking can to make sure that it's not at him. Because that's not fair.
Is there a mirror there, maybe?
If you're listening, I'm just sitting here looking awkward.
Very in the opposite direction from me.
Ashley might be right.
Did you want to be a silly little noodle?
Yes. I wanted to be a silly noodle.
Yeah, you did want to be a silly noodle.
Because this morning, wow. Usually when I make that noise, it's so much louder.
Yeah.
That's a real good testament to how much I screamed into the void this morning.
Yeah.
Alone in my bathroom. See, I try not to be angry in people's directions because they don't deserve it when I know that it's a mismatch of intensity.
Yes.
So I went to my bathroom alone. So anyway, Carrie, after I calmed down a little and screamed into the void, literally like rage screamed. One of my mentors, Ella, would always talk about how she would like scream into pillows or something during her Kundalini Awakening. And I always thought that was odd. Not odd. Not like I was like judging her like that was a bad, weird thing to do, but just like it didn't feel like it fit me. But I got it this morning.
Oh, yeah.
When you are processing your Kundalini Awakening and like purging old anger feelings, a pillow's probably helpful. I didn't. I went to an echoey bathroom, so I don't. That's
okay too.
Well, because I think that's where my little kid wanted to go. She wanted to go to a small space.
Yeah.
and that's either my closet or my bathroom. And I was trying to get on with my day, so it ended up being my bathroom.
Valid.
I was standing there. I did. I broke my brush this morning because I whacked it on the bathroom counter because I just was
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay because you know what? A new brush costs like $9. Yeah. I'll be fine.
Yep.
It's actually still usable, so that's great.
There you go.
The counter was never in trouble because my brush is plastic as fuck. I use the Tangle Teaser, not sponsored.
No.
But, dear Tangle Teaser, should you like to sponsor us? We're open.
The magical power of yet.
So true. So anyway, that's what I've gone through today, which brings me to you guys. Very, I guess low energy, but in a really good way. Like, I feel better for being this low energy. I would rather be like this than have high energy, but anger still locked inside my body somewhere.
Yes. Absolutely. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Because I think especially as a manifester in human design, our not self is anger.
Oh, right.
And how can I be free to be my whole self if I have a fuckload of childhood anger trapped in my body?
Yes.
If I have so much not self trapped in my cells,
yes.
How can I be free to be all of who I am? So at some point that shit's got to get out. So, I mean, sometimes that means rage screaming in your bathroom.
Yep.
Sometimes it means doing a like Kundalini energy activation, or I tried for a minute to do the Kundalini yoga, like fists of anger.
Oh yeah.
Which is closed fists, thumbs on the outside, I believe, and then you go one hand above your head and one hand like by your belly, and then you switch.
Ooh.
Hoo, hoo, hoo. There's a breath that goes with it that is like an O-shaped breath of some sort. I don't remember specifically. I'd have to ask Ella, my Kundalini mentor. But I tried to do that, but that just turns into me like shaking my fists. Like I was so in a place, like just this torrent that I couldn't even like channel it into anything. Yeah. It just was like full toddler meltdown, right? Like my inner child was very with me this morning. And she needed it. And my husband was so sweet. He was like, well, how can you help your inner child to know that she can feel all of her anger and be safe now? Like, how can you let her know? Well, first he asked me, where is your anger coming from? Like, I was like, my inner child. And he was like, yes, but like, what about it?
Yeah.
What caused it? He was like, was it feeling not in control? And I was like, that's part of it. It's because I couldn't do what I wanted to do or be who I wanted to be. And I think when you have a kid, it's so easy to want them to do things your way. Right. Or the way that you were taught that they're supposed to be. Right. And like, there's no blame there because you're just doing the best you can as a parent. And also there's like 95 million other ways in which your toddler can do things. Right. I was watching this TikTok. Oh God, I wish I could remember the person because she's fairly TikTok famous. She's like this petite blonde with like short cropped hair, and she does parenting, like gentle parenting. Okay. And she colors her hair constantly, and she's got wild makeup sometimes. Okay. Tori, maybe? I think her name is Tori. Okay. Tony? Tori. Whatever. Anyway. So if you guys know who I'm talking about, because she is very popular, please put it in the comments. I cannot think of her name right now. Why was I referencing her? Son of a honey biscuit.
She's a gentle parent. What does she do that you were talking about? You were going to give an example of...
Oh, she's letting her kid paint a mural on her wall, which I think is beautiful.
I think that's beautiful also.
Because you know what? It's 801108 right now.
Oh.
There are a million ways to have your home feel like a home. Mm-hmm. And letting your kid do a mural on a wall, that sounds great. That sounds amazing. I love that. And like her daughter was like, this sounds like a big project. I want to plan it out first. So she like drew it.
Oh,
and then her mom was going to get her some canvas so she could paint it first and then like put it on the wall, which I think is so beautiful. And I think the more that we change the conversations that are happening around parenting, the more little baby manifestors will have less reason to be angry.
Yes.
Because there's more space for toddlers and children and young adults to do things their way despite what their parent thinks is best.
Well, absolutely. And for sure. And I don't think that even applies specifically just to manifestors either. I think it is all about speaking to allowing the tiny human to develop into who they are. Mm-hmm.
Not who
instead
you want them to
of who you are trying to create them to be. Because when I think about a lot of the times how, not necessarily how I was raised, but like how a lot of people my age were raised to be a certain way, right? We were raised
to be
polite, to be courteous, to go to college, to get a good job, to pay the bills, to be responsible, to have 2 kids, to, you know what I mean? And,
yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want, I mean, I love my life. I love my children. I love all of those, like, I'm super jazzed with where I am in life. But if I would have had room to decide for myself what I wanted, would I have chosen those? Would I have chosen this? Would I have chosen? I don't know. You know what I mean? But so I'm trying to recreate that for my kids. I'm trying to let my kids. I'm not trying to raise my kids to be productive members of society. I'm trying to raise my kids to be.
It's 11:11.
It's 11:11.
As you're talking about how you're trying to raise your kids to be themselves.
Yeah, to be like decent human beings who are individuals who are confident and capable of advocating for themselves and expressing themselves.
And I think that's beautiful because while you're doing that for them, I'm doing that for me. Like,
right.
That's why reparenting is a term.
Yes.
That's why
so
many therapists and coaches can walk you through this idea of reparenting. I think that's why I watch so much stuff on parenting and follow so many parenting blogs. Like, to a degree, it's because we've considered having kids, and also it's nice to see a model of parenting that I can then apply to myself for myself. Right. Where can I give myself that grace?
Yes.
Where are you giving yourself that grace?
That is a good question.
Because I know mamas be parenting their kids, and also how you be parenting you, how you be reparenting. And that's not necessarily a question to answer right now.
No. I mean, it's something I'm constantly, I feel like, doing, for sure. It has been a process for a long time, for me specifically too. And currently, I guess one of the things I'm trying to do is trying to be gentle with myself when I find myself in the world of overwhelm, which is often. Usually summer for me is like real chill and relaxed. And this summer is not been super chill and relaxed. I mean, there have been moments of chill and relax for sure.
I wonder, as a former teacher, if summers used to feel more chill just because you were so burnt out from being in the teaching circle, that now that you have not been this past year, there's not that significant difference.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe that's why this summer feels less relaxing.
Oh, yes. That is a major, major component for sure. And I'm doing more stuff for myself.
Which is great.
This summer.
I love that for you.
I love that for me too. But now the kids are getting bigger and they're more involved in things. So we're also doing that. So our time is just busier. Like, we're just more involved in different things. And so there's just more, our time slots are just
more filled.
And there's not the more full. Yeah.
So don't mind my
tomato
English teacher coming out here. Don't mind that.
But like, we used to just have, like, summers were just so free, and there's not as much pockets of free time. And when there is, I am taking that time to rest a lot of the time.
Well, and you said you wanted to talk today about rest.
Yes.
So that's a beautiful segue.
Yeah. So, and sometimes that's challenging too, because my kids don't always understand that a mom needs to rest.
And you modeling that for them right now is so important, so that they do understand that they can take that when they're adults.
Yes.
So good on ya for teaching them that they also deserve rest sometimes too in their futures.
Yes.
And now for that matter.
Max came home from his dad's last weekend and was just tired. And so he got home and he was like, you know what I'm going to do when I get inside, Mom? And I was like, what, buddy? And he goes, I'm going to put my stuff away. I'm going to unpack my bag. And then I'm going to take a nap.
That sounds marvelous.
And he did. He put his stuff away. He climbed himself right into his little bed. And he napped for like an hour.
I love that.
At 10 years old.
I think that's great.
I know.
That's such good, like, being in touch with his body's signals.
Yes.
And making a decision to do something good for him.
I know.
That's awesome. Good job, Mama.
I was so proud of him. Thanks. I was so proud of him. He would have napped the whole day, but I had to go in and wake him up because otherwise he would not have gone to bed at the right time. So, but I was still super proud of him for doing that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I certainly took a 3-hour nap yesterday. I say a 3-hour nap, but like a lot of it was meditative though, like before and after the actual sleeping part. And it was wild. I had like some really vivid visions, which I don't usually have, but I just was letting myself surrender. I was like, nothing's good's happening outside of this bed, so I might as well just stay here and be present for me. And there's lots of rainbows and like things shifting into other things, and my unicorns were there, of course.
Oh, I love it.
Have we talked about my unicorns on the podcast yet?
Yes, we did.
Oh, great.
We did.
Cool.
We did.
Good.
Yes. The unicorns are magic.
Oh, because didn't we draw a unicorn when we did our card pull?
I don't know if we drew a unicorn or if we talked about it when we did,
but that's when it came up.
Yes, that's when it came up.
Cool. Well, I wanted to make sure that all of you beautiful humans listening and doing life together with us knew what the heck I was talking about with my unicorns. So yeah, so it was a really great meditation / nap session. Because I don't often let myself do that. And also, I'm a much better person. It's 8-1-1-1-1-8.
They are just hitting. It's like that video last night.
Yeah.
Or yesterday that I sent you.
Yes,
it's like
that
when
TikTok.
The synchronicities. Oh, like I just noticed the synchronicity. Cool.
Oh, look, another synchronicity.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Well, and I also saw a meme this morning. It was, was it the source message that comes out each day?
Yeah.
She was talking about how good shit is going down for you, and you are going to notice it in the synchronicities.
Yes.
In the synchronous happenings, the signs that you see, and the feelings that you feel, and to just go with the flow.
Yes.
Follow it. And when this minute arrived, I was about to say that I know that I am a better version of me when I let myself meditate and nap in my bed.
Yes.
Like, I just am. I am more vibrant. I'm better rested.
Yeah.
And I've allowed myself mental space when I'm in more of that meditative trance-like state to just regenerate and be one with all that is. And I mean, there's 95 million studies on the benefits of meditation, so no surprises, really. It's just getting myself to make that decision to allow that type of rest for myself.
Yes.
And seeing it as valuable.
Yes. See, and that is so important. And that's something that keeps coming up for me as well, is that I don't carve out time to meditate. I don't. I take time in the morning when I wake up before everybody. Well, Mark's already long gone. So not before everybody, but before the rest of the people in the house. And I take the dogs out. I stand outside. I look at my plants. I prune and I poke and I listen to the birds and I watch the birds and I watch the dogs and I'm outside with the outsideness, right? And it's just quiet. I'm quiet. And I'm just listening to the nature and the noises.
That's marvelous.
But I'm also thinking about like what I'm going to do in the day, and like I'm just like letting free thoughts flow, right? Like I'm not trying
and that's beautiful to do too.
Yes.
Like don't devalue that time with yourself, because that's so important also.
Definitely. I definitely enjoy that time. But I don't carve out and make time and space to meditate. But I do notice that when I do meditate, like it's powerful AF. And I think that sometimes I don't do it often because like it is so powerful. And like I'm like, man, if I do this every day, I don't know. Like I don't know. I think there's like and this is me just blah, 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 blah at this point. But
you mean our entire podcast?
Yeah. Yep.
Us
much.
just talking
Blah,
ourselves
blah, blah,
into
blah.
our own self-discovery.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Exactly that. But I think that because when I do meditate, I like to listen to something, some sort of music or frequency or some sort of something. Sometimes I do guided meditation, not very often because...
Yeah, I don't do guided meditations very often anymore.
Yeah.
I did them a bunch when I first started meditating.
Yeah. I get too caught up in, like, I will get lost and then they will say something and then it will pull me back out of it. But I like listening to some sort of music or noise or frequency or something. And, like, it gets really intense for me. And I feel like I have fear that, like, if I do it really often or if I do it regularly, it's going to just, I don't know, be too powerful.
I so get that. Fearing your own power is a very valid fear amongst light workers and starseeds and humans doing their own inner work as they're discovering what their actual potential is.
Yeah.
That is so common and valid,
Okay.
first of all. Second of all, I will bring out one of my favorite quotes once more. You can only grow as fast as the slowest part of you feels safe to grow.
Yes.
So what can you do to help your human? Because it's essentially your soul wants to meditate. She wants to like deepen and evolve. And your human is just like, I mean, we've been out of our comfort zone a lot now. Maybe we should fucking stay in it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we just fucking shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't do that thing that would like push us as a catalyst into like this whole new way of being.
Yeah. Yes.
So
let's just eat a snack and go to bed.
Yeah. So what can we do to help our human get more on board with feeling safe that change is okay? And it's okay if you have or do not have answers to that question.
I think for me, just doing it and seeing that it's okay.
Totally. That is a valid, beautiful way of doing things. Giving yourself more embodied evidence that you have done the thing and you came out the other side safe. Like that is one of the biggest ways that you can help your human to feel more safe with the way that your soul wants to evolve.
Right.
And that can often be the most scary, the one you feel the most resistance about, because it's a very forceful energy. It's just doing it.
Yep.
There are many softeners that I know of that can help you to have a more flowing and easier journey into just doing it.
Yeah.
One of them is the Peace Talks method.
Yeah.
So there's that. Literally created to resolve conflict inside of you.
Yeah. Yes.
And you know where you desire to start with that one.
Yes.
So you'll do that when you feel ready.
Yes.
The other things that you can do is any type of like somatic body healing or like conditioning of your nervous system to keep activating your parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
To get out of fight or flight and into your parasympathetic relaxed nervous system state.
Okay.
And those can be anything that feels good to you.
Okay.
To be able to do. For those of you lovely humans listening, we are going to have my friend Amy on. She's an expert in somatic stress relief. So stress relief throughout your body. And she's an expert in nervous system healing.
Yay.
And so I think we have her scheduled to come on in late July to do the filming of it. So it should be out early August.
Yeah.
For you guys to have even more resources around helping your body to relax into just doing it, into taking the action.
I am so excited for that one. That's going to be great.
In the meantime, those VOOs that we did a couple exercises ago, that's an excellent way to help smooth the path into doing the meditation, right?
Yes.
Like if you just sit down and do 6 to 10 of those VOOs, your body might be in a much more receptive state because it feels safe.
Okay.
For you to then go do the thing.
Okay.
One thing that I would teach my speech students is standing or sitting in a space that opens your body up. So like you could do the Wonder Woman pose with your hands on your hips and your shoulders rolled back. That will lower the cortisol in your body, which again puts your body into a more relaxed, confident state.
Yes.
So that's something that you can do to help yourself just do the thing while being kind to your human. Because your human's fears are so very valid.
Yeah.
Because so many times throughout our childhood, we were suppressed, repressed, made to feel bad for changing or for sticking out or for making a large to-do about something.
Oh, yes.
Like there was so much of being made to feel like you should be small, should stay the same, should fit these requirements. So it's a valid fear.
Yes.
And it's so also valid for your soul to want to expand
Yes.
and be magical and to ride a mind unicorn across a fucking rainbow.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
both things
Yes.
are valid. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's super easy to adapt. Making your exhales longer than your inhales.
Right. I do like that
automatically
one.
activates your parasympathetic system, nervous system. I will say, for me, I think the VOOs are faster now than even that. Because that breath technique, that making your exhales longer than your inhales, helped me for like the first decade of...
Yeah.
Maybe not the first decade. Subtract like 4 years of just being depressed as shit.
Okay.
And
valid.
then it helped me.
Valid.
Once I learned it.
Yes, valid.
That was like my fucking go-to because it was the only body tool I knew for such a long time for calming myself down.
Right.
And it's so easy to do. You can do it in any situation. Like, you can't always VOO on an airplane.
Right.
But you can make your exhales longer than your inhales,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
You can do that in a high-pressure meeting, you know? Your boss doesn't need to know that your exhales are longer than your inhales. They don't. They have no idea. Who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. Who's gonna know?
Yeah. Nobody needs to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So those are some ways that you can ease your path of just doing it. And also, just doing it is a valid plan in and of itself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's where... I mean, that's why I have, like, over 90 videos on my Braveheart Open Mind channel, because...
Check it out.
Oh, well, yes, check it out. But also, I wanted to be more present as a speaker online, and so I just did it.
Just do it.
To be clear, I also was in a coaching program at the time that was called Unveiled, that my mentor Ella, who I've mentioned many times, so evidently Ella is the the name in my head right now, because she taught me so many fucking useful things.
Yes.
Ella's the shit. I'll link her stuff below when I create the description. If you would do me a favor and send me a text that, like, this is the episode where you talked about Ella 9 million times. Yes. That would be great. While you're editing. Thanks.
Will do.
And then I can put her stuff below. Why did I bring her up again? What was I talking about? Oh, I was in her program called Unveiled at the time, which was about emerging and letting yourself be seen on a deeper level.
Emerging like a butterfly?
Like a little gooey butterfly.
I love butterflies.
With slime still on her wings that she has to let dry before she can fly. Yeah. And flutter by.
I love flutterbys.
Is that true that butterflies used to be called flutterbys?
I'm not sure if that's true.
Or just a myth on the internet. If there are any, is it entomologists? Are those the bug people?
Yes, entomologists.
If there are any entomologists listening, or you just happen to know because you Googled, you Snopesed it.
Yes.
Is Snope still a thing? Like, I know it's still a thing, but like,
yes,
they haven't gotten canceled yet or anything. No. I'm not behind the times on something. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I'll ask Carrie.
We could also ask Lily about the butterfly question, and she would know the answer.
That's true. We have our aspiring
entomologist.
Hey, did you get that text I sent
yes,
you about
the
hissing cockroaches?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
She is in, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What are we waiting for?
Do these people sex them before they give them to you? And I doubt it. So then we will have 15 Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
That will then make hissing cockroaches.
So many more.
And then you can have a baby cockroach farm.
But I don't want that.
Oh, well, that's fair.
So
I don't know how to help you with that.
So I think we decided to not.
That's fair.
Yep, before we just had 3 females.
There's only so much space for cockroaches in the modern American home.
They're Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Did I call them the wrong thing?
You just called them cockroaches.
Oh, so sorry. Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
My daughter likes bugs.
I used to like bugs. I'm starting to like them more now.
Good.
Well, because I think liking bugs got weird, and then I got afraid of them because social conditioning.
Yes. Yep.
But I'm better now.
Good. Mm-hmm. There was a brief moment where Lily was like, Mom, I don't want people to know that I like bugs. Fair. And it broke my mama heart. Mm-hmm. Because I never shut her down on her love of bugs. Like, all the other little preschool girls would be picking dandelion bouquets for their moms, and Lily would run up to me at the end, and she'd be like, sorry I didn't pick you any dandelions, Mom. I was digging for worms. And I was like, it's okay, Bug, because that's what I call her. It's okay, Bug. Just don't bring any in the van. Like, I was digging for worms. Just don't bring any in the van.
That sounds like something I would have done before I let myself lose my love of bugs.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know that I would have been an entomologist anyway, but it's still sad.
Yeah.
And also, if you like flowers, pick the fucking wildflowers. Like, that is also a valid decision, too.
Yes. But she loves to pick up and play with roly-polies, and she loves the cicada. Any kind of beetle with, like, a cool
so
exoskeleton.
She likes the Japanese beetles?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're beautiful. I want them to not eat my roses.
Yes, same.
Or my apple trees now that I have them, because allegedly they get all up on fruit trees too.
Are those the fake ladybugs?
No, those the Japanese beetles are the emerald green ones.
Oh yeah, she likes those a whole lot.
They're beautiful, but they're buttholes to flowering and fruiting plants.
Yeah. They are beautiful though. They're so cool looking. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite pictures I have of Lily is of her just like, sorry, I just whacked the microphone real hard, but she's like super like staring at a little.
I love that.
She's so, like over her little glasses, like she's like.
That's so cute.
It is. It's my favorite.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. She's so sweet. Anyways, she would know. Anyways, tell me more about Ella's unveiling of the butterfly, the gooey butterfly.
Oh, yes.
So sorry.
Her program was specifically for having a more visible online presence.
Okay.
And I knew that was something that I wanted to work on, so I enrolled in her program.
Mm-hmm.
And I would highly recommend it. I think she has it for sale on her website just as like a one-off thing.
Oh, yeah.
I will try and remember to ask her about like if she has a link to it, since I mentioned it so thoroughly, because it's beautiful. She talks so deeply and philosophically about how to hold yourself through that fear of being perceived.
Oh, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Because even now, like over a year out from going through that program, because I took it not this past November, but the November before, and I'm still uncovering new layers of that being perceived, of being seen. And, what I released from part of my ancestral timeline a while ago was, the fear of being discovered.
Oh.
Which is another one. And that was a lot of heaviness that I was feeling that was not at all about me. That was from generations past.
Yes.
That was from my like witchy ancestors who like were participating in probably like herbal magic or herbal remedies and were afraid of getting discovered because they would be fucking murdered. You know what I mean? Like, so that none of that was mine.
Right.
And it felt really, I don't know, like relieving to let it go, because I felt so much lighter.
Yes.
It's funny how each time I go through some sort of change or feeling or healing or like energy healing, any type of food for the soul, you know, advancement of the soul. Mm-hmm. I feel so much lighter in my human body.
Yes.
And sometimes it makes such a palpable difference.
Yes.
And it's quite wild.
Yes. And real akin to what you were saying there, like when you realized that it was ancestral. One of the biggest, most like helpful pieces that I've heard and learned throughout all of my processes in doing the same kind of work, somebody said in a talk one time, when you are working through these things and you are having these big moments and these big feelings, especially when you are digging through some of those deeper feelings, like if you are like, oh, it was just water.
It was a condensation.
Yep.
I condensated my boobs, you guys.
Look, here's another white shirt that I found.
Look at you
that
with all
I
your
already
white shirts.
owned.
Look at you wearing your white shirts when you find them.
Just to call myself out on it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Besides, how are the people listening going to know unless we tell them?
Yes, white shirt.
So Ashley's wearing a white shirt and a cute floral kimono, and I am wearing a cute blue shirt that I just got for my sister because she didn't want it anymore, and I condensated with my iced coffee all over it.
And this.
Oh, yes. Ooh, and I'm wearing my Yeti shorts.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by Lizzo, but would love to be.
Oh, would love to be.
Is that truly having made it if you're sponsored by Yeti? I'll speak that into the universe. Yes, please, universe. Please. Sold.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. Was
yes,
like, oh, no. I took us on that train there. That's okay. Choo-choo. Was just like asking yourself when you're having these realizations, like, is this mine?
Mm-hmm. Is this mine? Is such a good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this mine? Because a lot of the time,
the answer is fucking no.
The answer is no.
Is not.
It's not. And that can be related to the stuff that's coming up from the past, ancestral shit. That can be downloads coming in, ideas coming through. Like, is that mine? Is that for me? Or is this something that came from long ago that I just need to feel through and work through and see and acknowledge and say, oh, okay, cool. We're not doing that anymore. Or like, oh, that's a really great idea. That sounds like it requires a tremendous amount of energy and brain power, and I don't have the capacity for that right now. So I'm going to try to pass that on to somebody else who could be more equipped for that, or who has the capacity for that right now. Maybe this thing is not for me. Maybe this is not mine. Maybe this is not mine. And then that also helps with a lot of the shame spirals.
Yes. Well, and as a manifestor, I know that so many ideas that I have are not for me.
Yeah, I
Those
bet.
are not meant for me.
Yes.
I don't have the energy. Which is fine, because then when I do, I can really fucking tell.
Yes.
That's why we planted 155 native plants in my front yard.
She knew that idea was for her.
Oh my God. And I had so much energy to do it.
Yes.
I worked earlier and longer than my husband, and he's a fucking generator.
Yes.
He's the like energy guy, and I was like, oh, it's cool if you quit. I'll be out here. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah.
Just be doing the thing.
Doing all of the things.
You guys, it's like 95% mulched. My little
It
project.
looks so good out there.
Does it?
Yes, it looks so good. Max and I both saw it and said something on our way in.
Yay.
Yeah.
What'd you say? I want to know.
I said, oh, it looks so good. And Max goes, oh, the logs look so good. Look at all those little plants.
I'm so proud of it.
Yeah, it's looking so good.
I didn't tell you. Hold on. Oh, no. Fucking diddle do. My phone is recording. Hi, phone. Hi, everybody watching.
Fucking diddle do is my new favorite word.
So, okay. I believe it's the National Wildlife Federation. So, my friend Morgan...
WWF? No, that's the World Wildlife Federation, JK.
Yeah, no, what did I say?
NWF, the National...
Yeah, the National Wildlife
Federation. NWF.
Or Foundation. Anyway, it doesn't matter for the
Yes.
purposes of this. A large organization that can certify you as having a certified wildlife habitat. I meet their criteria now because I put in my native plant garden. Because my friend Morgan, who runs the Sustainable Suburbanites on Facebook, and I think she's on other platforms also, but she's fucking cool as hell.
She's fucking cool as hell. Hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan!
I don't actually know you, but I think you're cool as hell, too.
I mean, I was going to talk to you about going over to Morgan's house potentially this afternoon to sign a petition, but we can talk about that later. So you could meet Morgan. She's
Okay, so
hella
JK,
cool.
by the time you were watching this, maybe I know Morgan. Hi, Morgan!
Anywho, Morgan's the shit, and her yard is a certified wildlife habitat. And I wanted to know if I could be as cool as Morgan was with her certified wildlife habitat, so I Googled it, because she's got a plaque on her tree, and it's cool as fuck.
Plaque.
I qualify for the plaque. I'm gonna get it next month. I will, budgetarily, I could have gotten it this month, but I was like, it's a cool hundy to buy the plaque for yourself, so I'm gonna do it next month.
Can we have a little ribbon cutting?
Sure. Why not?
I'll make some big pretend giant scissors out of some cardboard or something.
Oh, we could just use my fabric scissors. They're actually legitimately large.
Are they?
Well, they feel really big. They're the biggest scissors I own. And they're sharp as fuck. They are very powerful. I use them to trim our dog's eyebrows. I know that's sacrilege and you're not supposed to use your fabric scissors for anything other than fabric.
Whatever you gotta do for those little pups so
but,
that they can see.
I need really sharp scissors when I'm doing it because they're not gonna fucking hold still for dull ones.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, oh, yes, sure, please take 3 times longer with this job.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it.
No.
So I
Gotta
use
get
my
in,
fabric
get out.
scissors.
Yeah.
And that gets to be okay.
Yes, for sure. Also, stay tuned to Back Pocket Besties so that you can see the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Oh, yeah, we'll film it for the Back Pocket Besties Club. Are you going to finish filming your baby hat?
I really will. I really will.
Well, we
I'm
have
so
a video
sorry.
for the Back Pocket Besties Club that is
Waiting
almost
on
ready
me.
to go. You just need your
I'm
one
so sorry.
section.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I just need to do it. See? That's another thing that
You
I
also
just
don't have to do
need
it. We
to
could just
do.
film the reveal
Yes.
of the hat that you made.
That will also work. Whatever you want to do.
I want to do what you have the capacity to do.
Yes.
So you just get honest with yourself about that, and we'll do whatever that is.
I just want to make the tiny hat.
Well, then, by God, make the tiny hat.
I will.
And if you want to know what the tiny hat is, join the Back Pocket Besties Club.
Yes.
Because that's where it's gonna be.
It's gonna be so cute.
I have been truly enjoying doing the little ride-along adventures that we've been filming for the Back Pocket Besties Club. That's been really fun.
It has been so much fun.
I very much considered filming one for my birthday when we go out tomorrow. No, Thursday.
Yeah.
My birthday is June 29th, so it's already happened when you're listening to this. But feel free to drop late birthday wishes.
Yes, for sure.
But I decided that I didn't want to be the one filming it. So if you want to film any parts of it, you go for it, but I don't want that responsibility on my birthday.
Fair.
That burden is not mine to carry that day.
Fair.
Although I have been seeing really cute TikToks on how to capture cool shots, and so we might try some for the Back Pocket Besties Club. But don't get your hopes real high, guys, because we're not professional vloggers by any fucking means.
You should send those TikToks to Lily.
Okay.
And then she can figure out how to capture the cool shots, and then we can have her as our videographer.
Love that. That sounds marvelous.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start compiling them, and then I'll send a bunch of them to
Okay.
Lily.
She doesn't actually have TikTok, so you might have to save it and then send the file.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna just send them to you.
Okay.
And you can funnel them to your child however you see fit.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That works.
Cool beans.
I just don't want my 12-year-old to have TikTok.
I get that. That is a valid decision.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, rest. Find beautiful ways to nudge yourself out of your comfort zone while helping yourself safety.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to process your old childhood anger. Just be prepared for the level of intensity.
Yes.
Because it's real fucking intense. Also, there are ways to have a spiritual awakening that is not specifically a Kundalini awakening. That is a specific path that I chose, and the level of intensity is like 11 sometimes. There are smoother ways to go.
Yeah.
Engaging in Reiki and therapy. That's a beautiful way to have a spiritual awakening that is so much softer than a Kundalini awakening.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Could I benefit more from Ella's mentorship right now? Yes, I could. Would probably still be paying for it if it fit into our budget goals. But it doesn't right this second, and that's okay.
That is okay. Everything has its season.
And the seasons turn. Oh my god, that was such a bad version of that song. I can hear it in my head, but how it came out is not accurate.
Yeah.
And then it makes me question what it is in my head. For every season, turn. Was that any better?
I'm not. Yeah, that one was better.
Okay, great.
I just don't know the lead up to it. I mean, I know the turn. I don't know the lead up to it at all. Sure.
I think that's the Beatles. Is it the Beatles?
Like the Beatles a lot, so.
Nicholas Zortman, if by some chance you're watching this, you know all things music, please tell me who sings that. And also, if you are like Nicholas and you know all things music, you can also tell me, because I don't know if that's the Beatles or not.
I like the Beatles.
In general, I like the Beatles too. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be.
That's a good one.
Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
Good one.
Hey, thanks.
Did you ever see Across the Universe?
No.
That's pretty good.
It looked too erratic for me when it came out.
Oh, it totally is.
It was not my vibe when it came out.
It's good. I just like music.
Well, I was really straight-laced when it came out. I was like very... And that looked wild and free and fun, and I wasn't allowed to be that.
It is wild and free and fun.
Either according to my parents or according to me, one of the two, because I don't remember how exactly old I was.
I thought it came out when we were adults.
It might have. I said either according to my parents or according to me.
Okay.
I didn't let myself do many things.
Okay. Valid.
Or I was being abused. Didn't do much during that time.
Muffin.
Good times, not good times.
No, not
terrible
good times. Terrible times.
Oh my god. Part of my meditation yesterday, or something yesterday, was about asking him to forgive me. Oh, I was singing in my head the Wicked song, the For Good.
Yes.
Like, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought about it in that context, and I was like, it's kind of refreshing to let myself forgive myself for anything he blames me for.
Yep.
Because let me tell you, the guilt of leaving your abuser is big.
Oh, yeah.
She big daddy big.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel at all the need to ask him for forgiveness.
No.
But asking myself to forgive myself for anything he blames me for feels really cleansing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my back feels like a little bit more relaxed, like across my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And also the music from that song from Wicked is amazing.
Oh, gosh. Wicked in general is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. My grandma and I took Lily to see that last year.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
It was so good. She loved it. She loved it. And then the next week is when we got the Madagascar hissing cockroaches. We got three females, and so there was Elphaba, Galinda, and Oz.
I love that.
Yeah. She wanted to read the book, and I told her, no, not yet. It's not time. She was not quite ready for the book. Gets a little saucy in there. A little steamy.
Just a little.
It gets a little steamy.
I mean, it's not like erotic or anything.
Well, no, but it does get a little steamy. She could read it now that I know the other things that she's reading. So, there's that.
Fair enough.
But at the time, she was like...
And can we just talk about for a hot minute about the need for more, like, self-loving literature? Like, relationships, romance that supports also self-love. Because that needs to be more prevalent. And I will continue speaking that out into the universe. And many people told me just to write a book on it. But my manifestor heart knows that that's not for me to do. But I would love to receive it.
I would love that also. Can I also say, I downloaded, so you remember that one time when I sent you that thing, where that really attractive guy from Grey's Anatomy was reading that really sexy sounding, very inspired erotica novel?
I do.
Well, I downloaded that app and I listened to the erotica.
And how was it?
So fucking good. So good.
Was it supportive of self-love?
Self-love and consent.
Yes.
So good. So good. And, like, I wasn't sure, like, because in a lot of erotica, especially audio erotica, it's really hard to convey consent.
Yes.
Because it is one person, it's one person's point of view. Mm-hmm. But they nailed it. It was so good. And the way they did it was so good.
What was it called?
The Misty Door.
The Misty Door.
And the app is on Quinn.
Okay.
And there are a lot of there.
Sidebar, can I have your Quinn account login? Not right this second on air, but later. Okay. A wink occurred.
I got you, boo.
Has occurred. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's so good.
Because that sounds marvelous. And I feel like if humans, like pubescent humans, are reading, they should be reading books that support healthy relationships and not the fuck all crap emotionally abusive shithole that is Twilight.
Yes, but also sidebar, Quinn not for those humans, because Quinn is Quinn is for adults. Yes. Quinn is audio pornography. Well, not audio pornography. Quinn is audio erotica.
Okay, yeah. So I would like
specific
both erotica and normal romance.
I mean, that's a lot of that is in there, but there is also on Quinn some stuff that just is real dirty real fast. Look, so it's a good
PG
balance.
To X-rated, I want the loving, beautiful, supportive relationship style being highlighted and like fucking celebrated. None of this controlling crap bullshit, hot cold, will he, won't he, does she, doesn't she, no. Teach humans to be clear and teach them what supportive love looks like. Because I finally found that, and it's magical.
Yes, if I would have known that that was a real thing in my life, maybe many things would be different.
Yes. Like, if all the media I consumed poo-pooed, like, boys, because I have only allowed myself to engage in heterosexual relationships, even though I know myself to be pansexual.
Yep.
Thanks for waiting for me.
Yep.
I was gonna get there.
Wait time.
Like, if I had read that shit growing up instead of the literal horror of shitty McTastic relationships that somehow celebrate, like, emotional undermining and controlling and judgment and all of the shit.
Yeah.
All of the not knowing where you stand with someone.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of celebrating clear communication and actually having a conversation.
Yes.
Then I wouldn't have been abused. You know?
Yes.
If I had had access to that as my baseline, many things would have been different in my life. So I will continue saying into the universe that we need that.
And I think it's coming. And I think it's
It
happening.
because I've read some books that are real fucking close to it.
And I'm watching it in my young humans. I'm watching it.
Good.
And in being in the schools and having taught in middle school so much recently, and in watching my middle schoolers interact with their peers, like, there is still some, like, yuck going on for sure. But
because there's always going to be a level of yuck because they're adolescents learning how to interact with each other.
But they are also not allowing people to just be shitty either. Like, they're not standing for it.
We love to fucking see it.
Yeah. Like, Lily will be like, no, that's not
acceptable.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's relieving. And also, okay, let me say this, because I do think there's a lot of romance novels that meet what I am desiring, but I also need them to be somehow paranormal.
Yes.
That's the thing that I need.
Add in a layer of fantasy for me, please.
I love fantasy. That is my favorite genre because I think it fuels my, like, childhood imagination.
Yes.
It fuels my belief in magic, and that is something that feeds my soul because, again, I believe in the multiverse, so unicorns do fucking exist somewhere.
Yes.
Like, there is gold at the end of the rainbow somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a really beautiful meditation this morning that I was what was at the end of the rainbow.
Yes, do you remember me texting you that picture?
That was what started it, what spurred it, because I was like, okay, well then let's imagine that. I was like, oh, all the good things come to me because I'm at the end of the rainbow, and then I share them back out with people.
Yes.
So that's a really beautiful meditation if you want to do that and imagine yourself as the end of the rainbow and what you get to receive there and then what you're able to do for others because you've placed yourself there. I love it.
Yes.
I fucking do. So anyway, I would like consensual, supportive, self-loving romance in the fantasy genre.
Yes,
That's
please.
what I desire specifically.
Please. Send them our way.
Yeah, if you know of them, please send them.
And if you happen to be a writer,
please
there's
write them.
A market that needs to be filled.
And literally comment them, and I will purchase them from you.
Yes, yes, please.
I will pay you the money.
Yeah.
I want that so much.
So much.
Because books are one thing that I just don't hold myself back on.
No.
I am allowed to have whatever books I desire.
Yeah. Kayla's got a lot of books.
It's true.
Also, so do I. My whole basement is full of so many books.
I love a good book.
I love books.
I love that Max is reading some of my books. That's so cute. Makes my little heart so happy.
Yes.
I've got all my old Boxcar Children books, so it makes me sad that I missed his Boxcar Children age.
I mean, you could he could read one of those in probably a real quick hot minute.
He could read it in like 10 minutes, I'm sure.
I mean, he likes...
Any Boxcar Children fans out there? Anyone? You? Yes? No, maybe. That's fine.
But he still likes to read quick reads too. Like he likes.
Oh, great.
So he might still totally be into them.
Okay, well, I will find the Boxcar Children #1.
Yes, he does like them in order.
I mean, yes. Well, it's like really short Nancy Drew, and it's of siblings who used to be homeless and then get like taken in.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Okay.
That might not happen until after the first book.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
But he likes a quick read too. He really does.
Okay, beautiful. Well, I can provide that for him, and it would warm all of the cockles of my heart
Yay!
to pass that on to a child, since I don't know if I'm having them.
Yes. Well, I will share my children with you anytime.
Thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
will happily receive that and contribute to that.
Yay.
Yes. So, beautiful. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything else for the peoples that we're doing live together with?
I mean, I love you. I love you.
That's true. We have so much love for you guys.
I'm not sure when this airs.
3 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but we'll see you then. Whenever it posts is when it goes to you, my friend.
Good one.
Thanks.
That was a good one.
Thanks.
That was a good one.
I
Nailed
love it when I can make it rhyme on my feet.
Yeah, it's so good.
It pleases my inner poet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love a good Shel Silverstein vibe. Just like the rhythm, the cadence, the rhyme.
Yes.
Yes.
I love a good... Oh, I do.
I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay.
Yes.
I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps.
Yes.
And then she goes on for like 9 more stanzas.
Yes.
And then she's like, what? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
Yes, it's so good.
I used to love Shel Silverstein. I have not read him as an adult, so I don't know if he stacks up.
He does. He does.
Oh,
he does.
good.
He does. Max and I together read The Giving Tree.
Is that by Shel Silverstein?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's cute.
It
Great.
broke my heart.
Well, because don't they chop the tree down and it's tragic?
Yes, it is. So I read it as a mom, and like as I'm reading it, I'm like identifying with this tree, right? And the amount that I give to my children, right? And I'm like, I will give to you, my child.
Oh my God, stop it. Okay, look, you can have
and then,
boundaries.
yes, and I was like, this tree needs to just have some boundaries. This tree can give. This tree can give without dying. This tree can give and give to this boy
so
without giving up this whole tree's life. The tree didn't need to die for this boy.
No.
And this boy should have seen that.
What are we supposed to be learning from the Giving Tree?
Not
to take?
Yeah, not to take too much, I think. Or
Okay.
or to give. I don't know.
Well,
not to give to death.
I think as millennial adults, we can take from that not to give to death.
Yes, not to give to death. That's what I learned
or even
when I read
to
it.
loss of limb.
Yes. Yeah. Keep your limbs.
Keep your fucking branches.
Yeah.
Keep your fucking branches.
Yeah. You can give an apple, but keep your branches.
In my head, apples were boobs. So
I mean,
sorry.
well, the thing is, I nursed my kids. I gave them, they had my apples for years.
Well, yes.
So
yes. Depending on if you choose to do that,
Yep.
that is a real thing.
They're my apples now. So.
Indeed. Well, on that we love you so fucking much.
So much.
And we will see you guys, as Sophia Nygaard says, next time.
On the flippity flop. On the flippity flip.
Oh my God, I don't know why I couldn't not say it like Sophia. Does anybody else watch Sophia? Anyone?
No.
She's on YouTube. She's one of my faves. She and her husband do weird random shit.
I love that.
They've started to travel more, so they like stayed at an ice hotel and like vlogged about it. It's magical.
That's right in my winter heart.
Even prior to that, they would do weird things like quote unquote 3D printing your own face masks or whatever. It was like this thing that would like turn it into gel and then put it on your face.
Those.
They just do cool shit. She did one where she got like a scalp cleansing, like a facial but for your scalp. It was so cool.
That feels good on my head to hear about it.
Yes.
I imagine that getting it actually done would be amazing.
For fucking shersies. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time. And then we'll sign off like we normally do because we're not Sophia Nygaard's channel.
We can't say on the flippity flop.
Well, you can say on the flippity flop.
Who says that? Where did I hear that? On the flippity flop. I heard that somewhere. I don't know where. If you know, let me know. I'm not going to say that for real, though. We're just going to sign off like the...
Love you, bye, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Love you, bye!
Love you, bye! Mwah!